Hi everyone, it's me Joe, and today I'm going to give you a, how do I call this? Okay, so I'm going to call it a CGI transformation. Let me explain what I mean. I grew up playing video games, as you guys are probably not aware of, because I do beauty content and you guys think, oh, la 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 la. No, I guess you kind of say it's a bit Sephiroth, but do I look like I burn someone? Maybe. I'm also talking today about my brand new channel. Now, this is not like an advert for you guys to all jump over there. I don't want you all to jump over there. I'm doing a video game channel. It's my brand new project. I've been doing so much work with YouTube. Makeup is my day job too, so I was like, if I'm going to get the passion back for doing YouTube videos, I'll probably have to do something that I'm not involving work with. So I've decided to start a video game channel, which I'll pop on the screen right now. It's called JH Play. If you want to subscribe over there and watch me play video games and review video games, you are more than welcome to. This is my video game inspired look. And yeah, see me over there. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was super fun and enjoy. So the first thing we're starting out with today is circle lenses. So the actual foundation I used to wear is this one, and I feel a bit mean using this for a tutorial because it's very special because I don't do it anymore. And this is Mirror Face Architect. Okay. So with this kind of look, what I did and what I kind of learned how to do skin with, which is why you guys probably think that I wear a lot of makeup in tutorials, CGI skin is perfect, it's not real, so that's the look I wanted to achieve. I'm going to use my artist brush. Now I took my MAC full coverage foundation. I actually used to wear this all over my skin because at the time I was even paler than I am now, and oh my god, I was a fool. This stuff is like studio finished, but it's the only colour they do. It's W10. It's one of their old colours that they've still kept in production. You have to get it from the MAC Pro store. Now I do love this product, but it's nowhere near as good as Derma Blend or Derma Colour, which I use now, but I'm just going to do it for old time's sake. So you can see how pale it is even on my skin. Can you imagine I was that colour all over? I look like a ghost. Just highlighting down. Now we're going with the same product again, and what I do to sharpen the tip off is actually go from, you see the little stem of the nose here? I want to colour that in a little bit, so that brings it down to here. Blend out. Then I go just against there, like so. And then blend down to the nostril. Grabbing your favourite loose powder, I'm using just my Derma colour because it sets everything. This is a little bit more, this one's not the translucent, this is a darker one because I don't want to be too pink. Now they always have pointed chins, I don't know why, they always seem to have the same pointed chin. And I am going to be using this colour, which is very, very subtle as a contour. There's never like harsh cheekbones, but it will just give that slight angular look to the chin. I'm also just going to kind of shade this bit of the face. And then I'm going to go and use the white to really highlight now. So there's always like just through here, kind of going that way. I'm actually grabbing this paintbrush and I'm using that contour colour we used in the nose. Just drawing straight down. And then finally, let's grab our white and then down we go. Now, so I'm cheating this area a little bit by using some white and kind of fanning out. It kind of gives the illusion there's an angle to your nose. That's just for me, and you guys probably won't have that problem unless you have the same kind of symmetry problem that I have with my nose and the tip of it. So I'm going to grab my kind of pinkier contour colour, and the kind of look I'm doing is a kind of like how I've got naturally, I've got like a little crease here. I'm going to exaggerate that by drawing on the outside. I'm going to take the really deep colour here, and this is the bit that's going to be really careful because, so I'm really just using this to underline the lower lashes. This is not meant to look visible really, so you have to be very careful. I'm going to be using this IT Cosmetics brow pencil, and I'm going to be doing this like kind of how I used to do this, so this is not going to be like your everyday brow. I'm going to be using this dark concealer to really define the edge by Dermacolor. Now the brows are in, they're kind of like my kind of anime angry brows. Now we're going to go in with some automatic eyeliner. This is just a black brown. Really get it into the tide line. Then I used to grab a lip liner, and I used to have this one by, who is it by? I think it was by Rimmel, and it was an automatic pencil, and I used to use a red kind of brown in the lower eye. So now I'm going to go in with a liquid liner. This one is just a pen liner I got online. I really don't mind any kind of products from Asia. I think they all work pretty well. Obviously some work better than others, but they just dry so quickly because they're designed to use on hooded eyes. This one is called Jan Krina. It works quite well. I'm happy with it. They're not quite like the European ones, just don't work as well. So I'm going to go, and I'm kind of going to go and wiggle this into the lash line as opposed to draw a line. I really want to kind of like twist my eyes kind of up like a tilt, and I just wiggle into the lashes. So once your eyes are in like this is kind of where I wanted to go. Now I used to, and this is what I used to do back in the day, I used to get glue and glue my eyelids up so they were higher up. Now, I don't do that so much anymore because I actually have my eye fixed. I had them made symmetrical. So you can do that, and I have 2 tutorials on my channel about how you can do that. I'm actually going to go in with, I'm kind of debating whether to do this or not. I'm scared it might take away from the look, but I'm going to try it. It's makeup, it comes off, doesn't it? So looking straight into the mirror or the camera, I might get in the way for this. I'm going to draw a fake crease. Using our concealer brush that I've been using this whole time, I'm going to use this to really go against the edge. This will help like smooth it in as well. Now I'm going to take that contour colour I've been using and just go over the top. To kind of set this, I'm using an artist brush again. I want to kind of take out a lot of the harshness of it. Grabbing my favourite mascara, which is Max Factor Full Slash Effect. I used to really love 2000 Calories, but I've gone off it recently. I'm also just going to give a little bit of texture through the brows because I think I've taken a little bit too much out with concealer. Okay, so what I do is I literally just go in the middle of the lashes. I don't go either side or too close in. So for the lashes, the ones that I want to use are actually these ones. Really wispy, got them on eBay. They've got a see-through band, and they're just literally going to add an extra layer to my lashes, which is all I want. Now I'm going to cut them so the longest part is on the outside. Normally they say cut it from the outside to make it fit the lash better, but I disagree completely. I think it's the other way around. Now I'm going to grab some glue. So these are the lashes on, and I did just stab my finger with the tweezers. Very stupid. Alright, so I'm going to grab just a kind of brownie orange liner, similar one to I used in the lips, just by Asia's Derma. The lips, the eyes, the similar one that I used in the eyes, that's what I'm trying to say. So they always have very small lips on the top, but I'm going to cheat them. So I'm just going to draw them in. If you guys like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. Okay, so once I have the outline in, show the realness, this will be changing, believe me. Grabbing my concealer. And I'm really carving back out the shape. Now I'm going to lighten the lower lip. Now I'm going to grab my NW20 Studio Fix. So I'm going to change up my hair and I'll be right back. So this wig is actually from Diva's Wigs. I'll put a link in the links below. I'm kind of in love with this look. It feels so good to do like an old school JH look, which one of my friends actually told me the other day. I need to bring back more of the things that I was inspired by when I started doing makeup, so you guys can see the whole thing, not like the perfect kind of end result, which I've taken on board. So I've given you Final Fantasy realness. That's gonna really annoy me. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and maybe you could apply it to whatever look you wanted to do. It's just about making the eyes look as big and the face look as triangular, and just giving that kind of surreal realness. If you click on the face today, it will subscribe you to JH Play, which I'm super excited about. Yeah, I hope you like this look. My last video will be here, and my podcast will be here.